Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for the Breath and Journey workshop. Today, I am going to offer a brief practice and then let you go deep within or deep up into the stars or wherever it is that you journey for as long as you want to today. And what that means is I will guide the practice and then I will turn it off once you are set into the meditation, into the visualization. And I will exit because I'm traveling and leave you to stay with your experience for as long as it seems beneficial, as long as there's great information coming in. Some of you sometimes fall asleep once you start breathing deeply and fully, breathing into those lower lobes of the lungs. And that's because that kind of breath turns on the relaxation response in the body. So if you fall asleep today, that's what you need, and that is just perfect. And I invite you to sleep for as long as you can. Are you ready to join me for this? And excuse me for a moment while I cough. Okay, so I'd love for you to bring yourself into a safe and distraction-free location. If that means closing the door, letting others in your space know that you'd like to be uninterrupted for maybe a half an hour, maybe give yourself an hour, see where it goes. And then to place yourself in a comfortable position that you can maintain for this period of time that you are journeying. So if that's seated, I invite you to snuggle down into your seat, to root down, to uncross your feet, have something under your feet. If they don't rest comfortably on the floor, slide a pillow underneath or some books. Let your feet rest on something firm. And notice your seat. Let it rest on something firm. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. And maybe move your head just a moment to relax any tension in the neck. Open and close the mouth to release the jaw. And then scrunch up your eyes, scrunch up your nose, scrunch up your mouth if it's comfortable to do so. Breathe in, and as you exhale, let that go. And just pause for a moment. If it feels safe to close your eyes, I invite you to do that. And to use your other senses to notice your environment, to sense into the room around you. So what do you hear? Can you identify different sounds? How many different sounds can you identify in the next 2 moments? Listen for the subtle differences in sound in the space around you. Maybe label the different sounds. If there's wind in the trees outside, if there's someone talking in another room, if there's a heater or a fan blowing. Maybe you have animals and you hear them. Maybe the phone rings, whatever it is. Notice the sounds in your environment. And then let that go. And use your sense of touch now, again, to sense into the space around you. So what can you notice through the sense of touch? Perhaps air on your skin, clothing on your skin, your body, sitting comfortably in a chair, or maybe you're reclining. Notice the contact between your body and the support underneath you. Notice the contact of your feet, bottoms of your feet on the floor. Let your arms rest comfortably. And when you're ready, bring your attention to your breath. Doing nothing about it, don't change your breath in any way, just notice. First, just bring attention to, begin to notice breath, your breath. Where does it come from? Where does it move to? What does it feel like as it enters your nose? Sense of touch as the air moves in and then out again from the nose. Some people notice a change in temperature between the air moving in and the air moving out. Where does the breath travel? Can you follow it into the throat? Can you follow it into the top of the lungs? And out again? If you were to soften your effort, it's not about achieving anything or doing anything right. If you were to soften your effort and begin to develop a loving, attentive relationship with your breath, what would change? Would there be more to notice? Might your breath move a little deeper? Expand the lungs a little more fully. Might your chest, your ribs, your belly expand a little more fully? Just notice. Just allowing yourself to breathe with ease and comfort. You might even imagine there's a part of you that can step outside the physical body. Perhaps sit on a branch outside your window, or sit on the dresser or the kitchen counter and observe you. Observe this beautiful, individual, very special human bodysuit. And observe breath moving in and out through that beautiful, very special human bodysuit. Can you step out and observe? Is there a part of you that ancient texts refer to as the wise one or the wisdom self? Perhaps the great self? Can you observe from that place for a moment? I invite you to observe your breath with very little effort, simply bringing loving attention to the flow of breath in and out from your bodysuit. And perhaps the breath is comfortable moving deeper now. Perhaps the body is comfortable softening and expanding when you breathe in, slightly contracting back into the core as you breathe out. But we're not forcing anything. This is an invitation to breathe with awareness, to breathe with ease in a loving and nourishing way. And when we breathe in this way and we allow the air to move deeper into the lungs, we allow the air to not only expand the chest, but also the rib cage and the belly. We turn on the relaxation response. We stimulate the vagus nerve, which feeds back to the brain information about what's happening in our digestive system, what's happening in our torso, in our heart, our lungs, our liver, our intestines, our ovaries, our kidneys, the whole part of the body housed in the torso sends messages through this big and wandering vagus nerve back up to the brain. Very important function. We turn on the rest and digest functions in our body, and so many things improve when we can breathe in this gentle, conscious, relaxed, empowered way. And now, for a moment, I invite you to let all of this go, because we can do it, we can overdo it, we can do this too much, and that is not beneficial. So it's important to pause whenever you begin to feel a little strain, begin to feel tired, when you lose your attention, when it's not fun anymore. Let it go. Whether you let it go for a few minutes, whether you let it go for an hour, whether you let it go for a day or a week, it doesn't matter. This breath and this way of breathing that works with the parasympathetic nervous system is always available to you. Can be used anytime you need a pick-me-up, you need help with digestion, you need help with sleep or relaxation or focus, you need an antidote to stress. This breath, this way of breathing is here always for you. And we use it briefly, we let it go, we come back to it. And the more often you come back with regularity, if you come back in the same place at the same time of day, the more easy it will become over time to breathe in a beneficial and life-affirming way. If you'd like to, you can move and wiggle or shake out your body now. And then we'll come back to this. We'll come back to the breath in a moment. Just take a sip of water if you have some. And then I invite you to bring yourself back into a comfortable, relaxed position, perhaps reclining position. And again, if that was comfortable for you to do so, close your eyes and observe, notice the breath once again, offering gratitude for that breath, that universal life force, which energizes, nourishes, heals, which is a gift from the divine, from the universe, a gift from all that is for us to receive and utilize in a beneficial way. So if your eyes are closed, can you sense again movement through your body as you breathe? Allow yourself to expand as you breathe in, filling those lungs from top to bottom. And then allow yourself to contract, squeeze in, and help expel the air back out from the lungs, from the bottom all the way up and out through the top of the lungs. Inhaling, filling, expanding, taking your time to breathe all the way in, comfortably exhaling all the way out, letting go. One more time, breathing in, belly expands, ribs expand, chest and back expand on the inhalation, exhale, and release, let that go. Please bring your attention to your belly now. Perhaps to that area around the navel, between the navel and the lowest ribs, between the navel and the sternum. Sense into that area and notice movement, or invite, allow movement to come into your solar plexus, into this belly region. In the martial arts, we have the dantian, the lower and the upper dantian. So solar plexus, upper dantian, breathing into the belly. Or more specifically, breathing into the lower lobes of the lungs, letting the belly expand and contract with each breath. And imagine in this area, imagine in your belly, a sphere, a golden sphere, a ball of energy. Imagine warm energy in the belly. And this sphere, this energy, the warmth expands each time you inhale. And the belly lets it go, contracts, empties out as you exhale. Breathing in again, expanding. And this sphere, imagine a golden color, maybe even like the sun. Hence the solar plexus. And as Sharon teaches us, this is the seat of Sophia in the human body suit. So imagine Sophia there, the Sophia energy, and you are strengthening it as you breathe. You are strengthening and empowering this area in your body that houses your personal power, your willpower, your sense of self, your sense of someone who is capable and competent. Imagine strengthening that as you breathe into this region now. Breathe into and out. Gently. This is not an effortful action. Staying as relaxed as you can through the shoulders, neck and head, through the back, the ribs, the hips, the legs. We're relaxing and we're enjoying, cultivating an empowering relationship with our breath now. Imagine every time you draw this breath in, you are empowering yourself to stand in center, to be grounded, to be rooted and connected to all women. And you are claiming, reclaiming, you are maintaining or even elevating that power that women hold. Breathing with awareness, awareness of the belly, moving, expanding when you inhale, contracting when you exhale. Continue this. Activating the power you carry as a woman, which is subtle, intrinsic, always present, waiting to be tapped into. And the breath is your ally in cultivating this Sophia power, in turning this on when you need it. And now cultivate a relationship perhaps with Sophia, with your Sophia center. Is there a message? What would that be? Is there a time in your life, have there been experiences when you have felt less than powerful. Perhaps you feel like you have given your power away for some reason, in some manner. Remember a time, or maybe an incident pops right into mind where you felt less than powerful or gave your power away. Bring that experience, that memory, that idea or vision to mind now. Develop it. From that witness place, from the observer, can you notice, can you develop without becoming attached or pulled deeply into the experience again? Can you step outside of it and observe a time where you gave your power away or felt disempowered? Who else was there? What was going on? How did you feel? And if you had this tool, this awareness of breathing into the solar plexus to stimulate or cultivate your personal power, if you had that tool then, what might have been different? What might have changed for you? I would like you to go into this experience, whether it's a visualization, a journey, a meditation, whether you are reviewing, assessing, and in some way learning from the experience. I want you to go into it now without being pulled back into the pain, the horror, the challenge, but from that detached place, observing and noticing how you might cultivate this inherent female sense of willpower now by breathing into your belly. Are there words you would tell yourself to strengthen this power to hold steady in challenging times? I want you to go into this experience now, however long that lasts, wherever it takes you. And when you feel complete, if at any time it becomes aggravating, that's the time to let it go. Going into it only as far as is comfortable and only for as long as feels beneficial. Remembering that less is more here. When you come out, I invite you to journal. I invite you to write down key points or notes or draw a picture or whatever it is that can help you remember what it's like to reclaim your power. Perhaps to remember what it's like to give it up and to know that you can breathe into the belly. Maybe craft a phrase or some words that will help you in the future reclaim your power more easily, instantaneously, as you need it in any specific setting. So now this is your time, your journey for as long as you'd like. Please wrap it up by writing something down or drawing or painting a picture before you leave completely from today's session. I leave you for as long as you need to be alone, and I trust you to bring yourself back at the right time, to summarize in your journal, and then to move on into your day. I thank you for being here. All the best to you. Namaste.